Good afternoon, beautiful people, and happy Tuesday. Tuesday, April 28th. It is day 39 of my journey, online journey, thinking about thinking, understanding fear, really working through this pandemic, social distancing, self-isolation, finding joy out of the suffering. And as I was preparing to come online about a half hour ago, I reread something that I wrote 5 years ago for this day, and it just led me really down to researching a few other things, and I was somewhat amazed at I guess you would say the biblical references that I included in today's lesson 5 years ago. It's day 4 of Listen, but Be Skeptical. And it's really about, it's the challenge of life. And there's a Bible verse in the book of John, and most people know it with that simple phrase, the truth will set you free. But there's a whole preamble that happened before those words were said. And a big part of it comes to finding the light in the darkness. That's one of the premises of the story that was being shared. And I think the biggest challenge that we all face is to dream a dream of love, free from fear, free from paradigms, free from societally imposed restrictions, and to be able to live a life, a bold life, free of excuses, free of limitations. And if you have the ability to find that moment, to be able to live free of the darkness, to find the light, it gives you the opportunity to move past all of the drama that exists in our world. Nothing really will affect you at your core. And the other part of today's lesson, it spoke about false prophets. And again, I think about the verse from the book of Matthew, beware of false prophets. And it's something else I've been working through because my son and I are watching Fraggle Rock, cartoon, Jim Henson from the 80s. And there's two characters in Fraggle Rock. There's Convincing John, and then there's the Trash Heap. And Convincing John is this person that sometimes they go to for advice, and he comes with song and dance, and he's got backup singers, and it's a big show. And then there's the Trash Heap, which is in Gourdland, and it's guarded by two rats. And the interesting thing is they both look up to these two characters with a lot of reverence. But anytime that Convincing John comes on, he really just tells the Fraggles what they want to hear. Wherein the Trash Heap somewhat goes on an existential journey and is, I guess you'd say, leaves the Fraggles staying curious and staying open. And that's a big part about using doubt. Using doubt to get past the flashing lights, the catchy songs, the pomp and circumstance. And then I really, again, I take the Fraggle thought and I thought about the space that we're living in right now. It's easy to fall in love with the shows, with the people who are telling us what we want to hear. But a lot of the time, what we need to hear isn't actually what we want to hear. And what we need to hear usually comes from ourselves. It comes when we find the moments of stillness, the moments of peace, the silence, when we can have a whole conversation with ourselves, with the divine, with nature, and find the light that is in the darkness. Because I think the darkness is all around us. The darkness is the dream that we're all living. So my challenge today, stay skeptical, but stay curious in your skepticism. Use doubt as that tool to keep asking questions, to keep asking those questions of who am I, who is the other person, and how do we fit in to this bigger world. Beware of false prophets, and the truth is the light in the darkness. Until tomorrow, I hope everyone is safe and healthy. I love you all, and stay kind to yourself and to others.